Hello and welcome to the T730 overview. Alright, this is the Fujitsu T730. This is your new laptop. Whoops, going this direction. What I've done is I've gone through Windows Gadgets under the control panel, and over here I've installed a calendar, currency converter, monitor, which monitors how much RAM is used and how much your CPU is using. And I've also added in a couple other features for weather. So this is the overview of the laptop itself. Now you'll notice up at the top you've got a webcam. This webcam can transmit at 720p. I personally have the same webcam on mine, which is lower resolution, but I've got it running on hardware acceleration at 1024p, which is really awesome. The Fujitsu can handle it. It's running an i5 2.4 gigahertz dual core with hyperthreading. What that means is on your computer it shows up as 4 cores because each core has 2 threads. So it acts like a quad core, but technically it's not. Still, it's an i5 and it's fast. Alright, so down here you'll see the power button, which is slidable. So you have to slide it to turn it on and you have to hold it to force turn it off. And then down here you've got presentation buttons, which whatchamacallit. This allows you to switch between screens. These 2 buttons on the left, which you can't really see, but they say 1 and 2. They allow you to switch between screens and screen settings. Okay, and then over here, this is your enter button. So once you flip the screen around and you lock it down, the one on the far right can act as your enter button. Pretty cool, right? Alright, so we're going to focus a little bit closer on the front. So, on the front, you see over here you've got your 2 speakers, and then let's say you have a high-definition digital webcam. This is your micro firewire. So this is your best friend right here. On top of that, right here is your card reader. SD, MC, and MMC card formats. It also supports a couple others, but yeah, this is your best friend if you've got a card reader and you're trying to store media without using a USB. You can just slide it in, lock it in, call it a day. We focus onto the side. This is your vent. Leave it uncovered at all times. It's pulling air through the bottom and it's venting out through here. So, and then this right here is your, what I call the IDE slot. So it basically allows you to insert a card. Generally the cards that people put in here are audio cards and wireless cards. But you've got an awesome wireless feature already built into it. The wireless card on here and the reception is amazing. You have Bluetooth built in, and you also have wireless built in. So this can interact with Bluetooth devices. Alright. And also you have a high-speed USB right here. You can just barely see it right beside my finger. So we're going to focus on the back. This is the cherry spot. You got your high-speed Ethernet right here, and behind this you have a VGA cord, so you can connect it to an old-school monitor if you want to, or a TV through here. But then you have the HDMI. Yes, you have full resolution HDMI, and it can support up to 1200p resolution. So if you're using a high-definition monitor, this is your best friend. Alright, this right here is another vent, which is awesome. They added an extra one to this model. Over here, you've got 2 USB ports. These are a slightly slower speed than the other one, but still effective. And yet another vent. Yes, this thing is well ventilated. Definitely a step up from the T5010 model, which is the one that I have. Over here, you've got your DVD drive. But when you slide this little latch out, which you'll see the latch on the side, and you push it back down, you can eject the DVD drive and put in the second battery if you want to get some longer battery life. Definitely an awesome laptop. So I'm gonna, real quick, wanted to show you this. You'll notice your mouse on the side, it's got these little, I guess you might call it dots. That's actually a scroller, so you can scroll up and down on web pages just by running your finger across it versus having to go off to the right and click the button and drag and drop. So that's a cool feature as well. Now let's flip this sucker over. Now what I've attached into here is, you'll look, it's latched around, it's turned around, it's latched down, so now it is in full tablet mode. Okay. The screen, I've set it to where it's going to stay like this. However, I can set it to where it'll automatically flip like this if you wish. You just have to let me know. Up on the top, the stylus. This is your best friend. Okay? We're going to hit the enter button. Ah, this thing's updating. Well, it's updating right now, but once it's finished, then it's going to jump right back in. However, the stylus, I'm going to teach you how to use flick motions. So if you flick up to the top right, top left, down, and left and right, up, down, you can move forward and backward through web pages, you can copy, you can paste, you can delete, and I forget what the last one does. And then if you move forward back, you can scan through web pages forward and back, just like clicking the button on the top left of your browser. And then up and down, that allows you to, just like on your phone, scan up and down a web page, which is pretty cool. It also comes with handwriting recognition software and speech recognition software built in. And that's built into Windows. All you have to do is go through the control panel, and then you go through ease of access. And that will allow you to customize your, it won't allow you to customize your flicks. That's in the Fujitsu Mobility Center under Control Panel. But if you want to control your voice and speech recognition, they're on there under the ease of access. And I also put icons on the desktop so that once you, if you want to do handwriting recognition software, you just double click the link on the desktop and it'll start your handwriting recognition software. That way, instead of guessing about your handwriting, you can write out certain pages. You're going to write out a page or two of dialogue, and then it'll recognize your handwriting style, which is pretty freaking cool. So, I hope this has been a good introduction for you, and of course, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call.